stay until the end of this episode if you want to gain 10 qualified leads from LinkedIn today.
Welcome to the Traffic Hackers Podcast, the crossroads of lead generation expertise and business growth savvy. Here we explore the expansive landscape of demand generation, guided by your hosts, Brent Stone and Glen Martin. So get your laptop out and your cell phone ready. It's time to enter the world of the Traffic Hackers.
Awesome. Welcome to the Traffic Hackers. My name's Brent. You just heard from Glen, and we are going to talk about why the Traffic Hackers today. This is our first episode launching this show. So, Glen, what's on your mind? Why are we doing the Traffic Hackers?
Well, welcome everyone to the Traffic Hackers. My name is Glen Martin, and I'm super pumped to be here because we are so excited about talking to every single person that cares to listen and cares about bringing traffic into your business, how to do that, ways to do that, tools to do that. And that's what I'm excited about, because here's what I know. The reason that most businesses fail today is from a lack of traffic. And if you can learn how to traffic hack, meaning that you can hack audiences, people to come into your business, to come into your sphere of influence, you can therefore create some incredible stories with your own business. You can impact lives. Now, if you have a terrible product and service, this isn't for you. But we're excited to help good, honest, legitimate, hardworking business owners to bring a lot of traffic into their business. And that's what I'm excited about.
So what's really interesting here is you're probably wondering why. If you're watching this or listening to this, the whole reason that we're really passionate about this is because Glen and myself, we have other businesses outside of our Funnel Force business, which you might hear us talk about a little bit during this show, but really we have started and run other businesses. And one of the hardest things about these businesses is just leads. And not just leads, but warm leads that want to buy. So if we can help other businesses solve these problems, one of the things that I'm pretty confident in is that we're probably going to have some of our own leads come in due to this show. Selfishly, we're doing it to help not only the people listening, but also help build the confidence that, you know what, we'll give away some value. Hopefully you'll come back to us and let us help you with doing your own demand generation strategy. Because at the Traffic Hackers, we are not just out here to create leads for businesses, but we want to teach businesses how they can actually generate demand for their products and services. And that is a different level. So, Glen, what's one of the other things that would be really relevant for people that are listening to this first kickoff episode?
It's relevant. Well, there's a lot of things, and I was going to go somewhere else, but I think it's relevant for you guys to be here or to learn these strategies, because there's a lot of nuances that come into the world of business and leads probably every day. And so being able to sit with someone like us that can give you what those, new tricks that come out or tools that come out, and you don't have to go and search for those yourself. I think that that's not only going to save you a lot of time, but it's going to keep you relevant in your industry without having to spend hours of time doing this research and figuring out how you can, navigate these waters. I mean, if there was a podcast like this back whenever we started our business, I would have just eaten this up, because leads was not our strong point. I mean, we had to go through the fire, if you will, just trying to figure out different strategies that were going to work. I mean, I can knock on doors and I'm good at that, and I've gotten great business doing that. But if you want to navigate the world of online business, different animal. And we were not good at it in the beginning. And
knocking
so
on doors, that makes me think of the days of, I was going to say, walking around like department stores and like trying to like just talk to people. Different business, different time, but just so much stuff that comes out of just wanting to help other business owners in the space and in other spaces that need to generate leads, which basically is every business. But there's a lot of professionals out there that are just struggling right now in this economic climate to figure out, should I spend money on ads? Should I do this? Should I do that? And there's things about buying ads where, like, if you just had a proper brand image, your ad dollars would go 3 to 5 times as far and you wouldn't have to spend as much, regardless of what people are telling you minimum ad threshold buys are, and like just things that, you can just learn the nuanced stuff that Glenn was talking about and save yourself a bunch of headaches and money, which, we're all
And
trying to
money.
make that. If you're in business, you're trying to make a profit. If you're in business for profit, you're probably, I mean, you're not in business to not make a profit, for crying out loud. You want to make profit in business. So you have to figure out how you can pay all your employees, your overhead, your other things. And if you're spending all your money the wrong way, it's going to be way more painful in the startup phase. So it might be worth it to figure out how to just generate warm, hot leads that want to buy your stuff right up front. And there's strategy that you can do to make that easier. Back to you, Glenn.
Man, you know what? I'm super pumped because I just learned something today. Brent said you're not in business unless you're trying to make money. And I was like, wait. So I was like, that's amazing. We want to make money. Now, you're probably laughing a little bit, but here's the thing. I hear people say, I'm not doing this for the money, but here's the reality of the situation. Without the money, it's very difficult to keep doing it. And so we all have to have money to do things in our business so we can fund our life. And you should do business that you're passionate about. But man, if it's not making you any profit, you become very unpassionate about that very, very quickly, because now you're running around and you're not paying your bills, and debt collectors don't seem to like that very much. So you want to learn how to create profit. And here's what's so fun. This is why you're here. You want to learn how to generate leads on demand. Because here's what I can confidently tell you right now. When we started our business, I couldn't tell you this to save my life, but now I can tell you, if I want to get my calendar booked with 10 qualified appointments next week in a certain space, I can do it right now. I know how to do it. And I could literally, I mean, we do this all the time. So it's not like I have to turn something on. We have these things running for us and we have leads coming in because I know how to do it. And if you come and you have a proper brand image and you've got a good presence, we can turn that on for you or teach you how to turn it on, and you can generate leads on
Or if
demand.
they don't have a brand image, we can teach them how to create a
Exactly.
brand image if they don't.
Exactly. But see, now there's confidence because you have confidence knowing that you're actually going to make a profit. And what's so funny is some people, they believe every lead should turn into a client. It's not the case. But if you know where your leads are coming from, you can gain enough leads so that you do have leads that turn into clients. Traffic hacking.
Well, not only that too, but here's the other thing too. What's the message you're trying to tell the world? Because if the message is
100%.
incorrect to your target audience, you're not going to generate warm leads. If your message is to doctors and your target audience is attorneys, well, you're not going to get many doctors if your target you see, if your messaging is off.
100%.
So you have to figure that stuff out. And so many people think they have it figured out, yet they spend or they waste tens and hundreds of thousands of dollars in advertising every single year. Typically, when you get to the level where you're spending millions on ads, you have a whole department running data and looking at all the stuff for you. Well, if you don't have access to an 8-figure operating budget or, 9-figure operating budget, and you're trying to scale your business from a couple $100,000 a year, a couple $1 million a year, whatever, you're a professional and you're trying to get more professional leads that are warm, you just got to get your messaging dialed in. And there's more to it than that, but that's where you start. And there's certain criteria to have in your messaging that we could communicate really quick to you. And it's not expensive. It's actually, we could probably give a lot of that stuff away. So contact us. We would love to earn your viewership. Glenn, why don't you give them what we promised them at the beginning about how they can get 10 warm leads this week? Because I'm sure that some people are still watching just because they want to know what that is. How do they go about that?
Absolutely. Well, follow our next episode to learn how you can get 10 qualified leads on LinkedIn. I'm just kidding. I will tell you that right now. Here's the biggest thing. You have all these social media platforms and you're trying to run a business, yet you don't know how to provide value to someone and stand apart. So here's what I want you to do. If you don't have a LinkedIn profile, this tip unfortunately isn't for you today, but it can be for you maybe a week or 2 weeks from now once you get a profile and you set it up. And we'll have things on our YouTube to show you how to do that. But let's say you do have a LinkedIn profile. Go into your profile, into your search bar on the top left-hand corner if you're on your laptop, and you're going to search for a word inside your target market. So if you're trying to reach CEOs, if you're trying to get in front of coaches or SaaS founders or e-commerce store owners, whatever you're trying to get in front of, search that word. And now you're going to filter by your local area. I want you to go into your local area first. So let's type in CEO and we're going to type in our local area. Now, you might not be connected with some of these people. Here's what I recommend that you do. Find 10 people, CEOs that you want to specifically talk to. Go into their profile. I want you to look through their profile and I want you to learn to know who they are as much as you can. Then I want you to send them a message with your connection request, giving them some type of a compliment or some type of value based on what you learned to know about them when you did your homework. Do that for 10 people. Now, you're obviously waiting for them to connect so that you can build a proper connection with them. So you're like, well, Glenn, 10 people might not accept. Then send that to 20 people. But here's why I say 10, because you're going to get lazy and you're going to just start sending a connection request out of desperation instead of out of proper, thinking through it. So do 10, send something of value. These people will connect with you if you make it original and you make it of value to them. Now, when they accept your connection request, I want you to come back to them. And let's say that you build websites and you are able to build faster load speeds for websites. And you know that you have the best, you're the best website builder that's out there, even if you're brand new. Go through their website, take a Loom video, and show them how you can increase their web speed by X amount, and just let them know that you would love to grab a virtual coffee or take them to lunch sometime because local, you're talking to local people, and show them what you could do for them if they can spare 15 minutes of their day. Now, you might be doing something else. And if you are, find something of value that you can give to them so that they are more likely to give you some of their time in exchange. 5 minutes, 10 minutes, make it super simple, make it valuable. And I guarantee you that if you follow this strategy, you will gain booked appointments or coffees with people in your target audience, and you're going to gain some clients.
That's so good. And let me qualify this whole thing because we said that you'd have 10 in a week. If you did this every day for a week where you send out 10 messages every day for a week and you send out 70, we can pretty much guarantee that you're going to have 10 requests. Now, if you mail it in and you don't actually put thought into these messages, which would be really easy to do, you're not going to have the results. But if you think about each of these messages, which sounds really daunting, I'm telling you, you can do this in probably 20 minutes a day. And the results you're going to have are astronomical. But here's the rub. Most people won't do it. That's it. So with that, we wrap up today's episode. Tune in to our next episode, and we will have another tip that's actionable that can put leads in your business right away. Glenn, anything else to leave them with?
Come back to our next episode and learn how to be a traffic hacker.
Like and subscribe.